All right, hello, hello, hello. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is our Wednesday night live portrait drawing class. Every Wednesday night we get together and I take you step by step through drawing a portrait, and I introduce you to all kinds of different techniques and ways of getting those proportions down just right. So, hey, I'm glad that you're here. If you are new here, I just want to welcome you. Listen, if you get a chance at some point, please do comment and give a video a thumbs up. And if you're looking for a fantastic group, I would recommend you join our Beginning Drawing, Learn to Draw Facebook group. I will put a link of that right in the comments. I'll put a little, I'll pin that to the top. So if you're looking for a home, it's a fantastic group of artists where we get together and try and help each other out. All right, with all that being said, let's jump right into it. I have there's a black and white photograph of this girl. That's who we're gonna be drawing tonight. But right next to it, I have this painting by Anthony Van Dyck. He was let's see, let me look at when he was from, what year. Anthony Van Dyck was 1599, right at the beginning, right at the end of the 1600s. Why do I have his portrait up here? Well, I just today I found out of a new method, a method that I've not heard of trying to get good portrait work. And I always get, when I hear something good, I want to pass it on to you guys. So I want to show you this first before we get started. This is called the Van Dyck Z. The Van Dyck Z. It's a method of grabbing the portrait, of getting good proportion and likeness. So what the Van Dyck Z is, and this is a method that he developed, was you create the letter Z. So let me show you on his portrait here. So the letter Z is going to come across. It's going to come across the eye line, the brow line. It's going to go down the ridge of the nose that you see, and then it's going to come right across the plane. That's like right where the nose goes from when you could see it to where it goes underneath. So that is called the Van Dyck Z. So if we look at our picture of the girl here, and we're going to go over a couple of things, but I just want you to see this. We'll use that tonight. So it would come in at this angle, and then then it would drop down like this, and then it would come across here. Okay, that would be the use of the Van Dyck Z. So when you're drawing a portrait, if you look for that, it's just one more tool that you could put into your toolbox in order to Helen saw it too. I did. That would be very helpful. So there, good, Helen. I'm glad that you saw that. So just learn that. See, even I'm learning new stuff. Constantly learning new things. So the Van Dyck Z, and I will use that. I will use that in the future. So even tonight. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into our portrait. I'm going to get rid of this picture here, move right up here. And before we get started, let's go ahead and just do a quick warm up. So what I want you to do is let's take maybe 3 to 4 minutes, and I want you to draw a gesture of this portrait. And when I say that, I want you to you could think of contour, where you're just going to quickly outline everything. I don't want you to hold back. I want you to just jump into it, because we're going to warm up by doing this gesture, and then we'll go step by step into the portrait. Okay, so here we go. You could keep up with me, or you can watch, whatever you want. We're coming right up on 10 minutes here. Let's give it 10 seconds countdown here, and we're going to do a 4-minute gesture. Quickly move about the form as quick as you can, this portrait, and go. Here we go. All right, so you could do whatever you like just to, make your way. I'm going to just kind of be quiet here for a second and see what happens. Let me get some things in here. Just get some warm up here, get the feel for what's going on. Just loose. One minute down. You got 3 more minutes. Don't overthink it. Just warm up. While we're doing this, let me tell you just a couple of things. If you are new, I have a class called the Daily Draw that we get together every day, Monday through Friday, and we each day of the week we go over something different, and it's a great way to get you in the habit of drawing. Okay, we're 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in, we got 2 more minutes to go. Two minutes to go. Just doing a quick warm up here, quick gesture, get as much information as you can get. Then we'll slow things down. Okay, got 1 more minute. 1 more minute. One more minute. When you're doing a gesture, it's probably too late now, but don't worry about erasing. Just draw lightly, get your things you need to do in there. You got 20 seconds. 20 seconds. And time is up. Okay, everyone. Great. That should kind of get you warmed up there. Let's go ahead then and get a new piece of paper or turn that over. And let's go through this step by step, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is, let's make this just a little bit smaller here. Okay, let's go ahead and start with a sphere. And so that's where we'll begin with. And then let's try and estimate her. Let's see here. Let me just spin this camera around a little bit. All right. Okay, let's get the, let's figure out the axis. Okay, so the axis, that is the angle of the head, and we're probably looking something like this. Maybe not that severe. Maybe I'm coming more at this angle there. Then I always like to look for the brow line. So the brow line is going to be coming at this angle. I'll put a couple of colors here that we can reference. Okay, so then I always like to look for where is the temple. Okay, so first thing I do is I look at I get my brow line, which we have established, and I look for the edge right there, and I look for the brow line. All right, look for where the temple is. So if I'm going to say this is my edge right there, and I'm going to say I'm going to put that as my brow line, that as my other temple. Now let's just come across the head here. And if we removed her hair, this would be roughly the back of her head. You see that? So what I want to do is make a measurement here. So if I've got this much for between the temple, how many? That's another one and another one. Look at that. So it's almost 3 going across, and that's a great measurement. That will give us a good idea of how far back the back of her head is. So I'm about right about there. Okay, here is the center, the center line, right? And this right here is what we call the T of the face. All right, so let's get that in as well. So I'm going to come in maybe right about there. Right about there. And if you're familiar with the Andrew Loomis method, since this is the temple, right? We'll usually kind of get the side of the face coming down, just like that. So we can kind of put that in as well. Now, of course, all these things I'm showing you, these are things that you would want to do in your head, but it's helpful to show them to you right on the photograph. All right, so there's that. And then you can see where her ear is falling. Look at that, right there. Look at that. Boom. Let me put that in red for you. The ear usually falls in the lower quadrant. So we can just kind of rough that in for right now. And then let's use that. I'm gonna go ahead and erase some of these things because we don't need all that. I'm gonna just get rid of them. Hold on. And let's come in and use that Dyck Z. I love that. I really love that. This would be something like that. So let's come over here and starts right. Try and match that. That's a great little mark. So that really helps us in that it starts to set up. Look at this. It really helps to set up the eye line and the brow line. Just like that. So let's put those marks in. So there's the brow line. And there's my eye line. Okay, I'm going to erase those. All right, so now we kind of come into this nose and get this nose in place. There's the bottom plane right there. And remember the idea that construction always gives way to likeness. Construction gives way to likeness. Okay, there's her forehead coming down. And you can also see the side of her cheek. Look at that. Let's look for the bottom of her chin, now. And so we could just kind of, her chin is going to be parallel with the brow line, eye line, nose, and bottom of the chin. So if we look up here, we can kind of do this. I'm going to go right with that, I believe. Cheek comes back, and look at that. There's the jawline. We use all these tools to help get our proportion right. Okay, let's look for the center line of her mouth. The center line of her mouth coming down. It's right along the edge out here. Just like that. And today, for the daily draw, the class that I teach, we spoke on drawing lips. So this is a great application of what we can apply. So let's come in here with the, we always start with the V of the lip right there. And one of the things I like to show is that I like to have a list of the tools of proportion. This allows you to get things looking sharp and in line. So there's 4 tools of proportion. There's horizontal alignments, vertical alignments, negative shape, and finally cartoon check. So let's look at this here. Check this out. Here's the corner of her mouth, just like this. If I'm going to run a vertical alignment, this is straight up and down there. Look at that. Corner of her mouth is going to line up with the corner of her wing. So that's really helpful. So the corner of her mouth is going to be here. Okay, we can come down like that. So this is going to be her lip. We can add some tone to that. And then you can see the bottom lip is coming out from there. So we'll look at that closely. There's the one side, and then this is going to come right around to the other. Now this is a perfect place to use the cartoon check. So what is the cartoon check? Remember, our 4 tools of proportion are using vertical lines, horizontal lines, negative shape, and the last is cartoon check. That's where you look at the picture and then you look at your drawing. Look at the picture, and you just kind of jump your eye back and forth, and you make sure that the things are the same. If they're not, it's going to look like a cartoon because things are going to move really quickly. So if I focus on my drawing, let me erase this alignment here. If I just kind of look at this this area here, and then I look at my drawing and I jump back and forth. Let me see here. I'm jumping back and forth with my eyes. Okay, I could see immediately that I need to bring in this side of her mouth just a little bit. So take a second. Oops, wrong color. Take a second. Look at your picture. Make some quick adjustments if you have to. Let's see. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better there. Okay, let's keep going. All right, let's go ahead and get her eyes in here. So her eyes are at this angle here. So we'll come in here. Let's see. Eyelids 1, 2, and then her eyeball is right there. All right. Come over here now. Where does her tear duct line up of the other eye? It's right there. So where is that in relationship to everything? I'm gonna come in here and put it right about there, I think. And then we're gonna come up and down. Now, since this is a pretty dark photo, as far as contrast goes, look at it. We could go ahead and drop in these pupils, and there's really can't see a distinction. Can't really see a distinction between the iris and the pupil in this situation. Upper eyelid. All right, and then as far as her eyelashes go, I'm just gonna thicken that line up on top there. All right, eyebrow. And when I draw the eyebrow, I'm really trying to match the negative space. That's negative shape right there. You see that? So I'm really focusing on that. What is the distance from that to her eyebrow there? And then, of course, this other side. It got a little dark in there, so we'll kind of erase some of that. All right, corner. Look at this corner of their eyes. This is going to have a little dark value. We can definitely drop some of that in. Same thing on the other side there, right? Little tone coming in underneath the eye. Okay. Hey, there's Martha Lee. She found us. Good. Okay, so then when I go to draw the neck, right in here, look at this. I'm always asking myself, where is the neck pointing? And that's a good, like it's pointing right up to the corner of there of her nostrils. So that's gonna help me line up that neck there. And then her pit of the neck is gonna be right down here, right? And then I want to look at this. The back of her neck is back here. You see that? Where does that line up in my picture? Let's try and get that there. So it's the way that this would read would be like it would go right across and then up. You see that? Let's get this ear in place. So you always want to look for the C of the ear. There's the lower part there, and then we want to follow that up with the Y of the ear. And everybody's ear has the letter Y. Okay. Let me erase some of these things. Marks over here now. Okay, let's pay close attention to this. Look at that. Let's pay close attention to that negative shape there of the hair. So we could kind of come down, trying to match that. Let's keep outlining the hair here, just getting the overall contour. Don't worry about the ponytail yet. We'll get that next. All right, now we're going to come down here like this. Just get the outside contour shape. That's all we're doing. Look at this. Look at this negative shape right there. You see that negative shape underneath there? That will give us the position of the of that shoulder way over there. And then you could even see this. Look at this right here. Where does that line? Okay, that's just right on the outside of the head. So we can kind of drop that down like that. Look at that. Yep. Somebody wants to come in the studio here, right? Let me let them in. Okay. Yep. Now you're. Yep. Now you're on stage. Okay. All right, coming right around here like this. Look at this. I'm gonna get her her t-shirt. Now, here's something interesting I just noticed with mine. Using and this happens using a horizontal measurement. Watch this. Watch this here. So if I look at her eye here and I use a horizontal line going across, you see that? Her right eye should be lower. Now look at my picture here. Look at my picture over here. Come on, out. You have your chance. Out. Sorry about that. Okay. Now look at this. Look. Let's see where my look at that. Boom. Well, that's not as I thought that was. Oh, it's not parallel. It's not flat there. Yeah, I definitely should have my eye there a little bit lower. You see the difference there? But those are things that we look at. We look for. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to just leave it as is. Okay. Okay, let's add some tone. Let's kind of move into adding some value here. So I'm going to come in here first and drop a little tone around this eye. Got some tone going here underneath the chin. In fact, this whole front area here, we'll drop a little tone there. All right. A little tone in here. I'm going to just drop overall tone on this side because this side is not getting as much light as the left side. All right, let's get this hair in now. All right, so the hair I'm just going to follow the direction. And right here we've got this beautiful highlight, right? So we want to kind of keep that. But then as you get to the lower area here of her head, this area gets really dark. So we really want to make sure that you make the bottom part here very, very solid dark. Okay. You can even, now she's a little bit on the younger side, so you can also just add a couple freckles here. All right, let's get this other ponytail. Now this ponytail, this hair back here is not nearly as dark as the bottom of her head, as the bottom of her hair back there. So we'll keep this a little bit on the lighter side. I'm just going to erase some more of these original marks here that we use to find our proportion. Okay, I think we're coming along pretty nicely there. Come in here, maybe drop just a tone, an even tone across her shirt there. And there we have it. I think we got that down. I hope you did a nice job. Make sure that you do like the video. I appreciate it. I think they will put this one in the books there. Make sure you join. As soon as we're done, I'll put that link to our Facebook group and join our group and post your work in there. We'd love to see it. Hey, thanks for watching everyone tonight. My name is Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is our Wednesday night portrait class. All right, go out there. Make your day great. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.